I cannot teach you to eat full whilst you're comfortable licking plates. Rise, kill, eat, rinse and repeat. It was so simple. So that was the order of life back in the day. Men were hunters, women were gatherers. It's either you rose, you killed, or you didn't eat at all. Here's the twist though. The formula is still the same, but only the tools changed. Instinct didn't. And today we are not hunting for animals, but we're hunting opportunities. Trust me, opportunities do not fall into lazy hands. What you need to understand is you having the ability to rise. It actually means you positioning yourself, intentional. You need to position yourself. And you killing, which in today's age we now like calling it slaying. You slaying, it means cutting off from the spirit of negativity, you being indecisive. Now you need to be very decisive about you being intentional. You cutting off from fear, from negativity, from anxiety, from stagnancy, from poverty, from anything that is not serving you at the moment. You having the ability to cut off from that, even if it means people who are not serving you, who are not going with you or ascending with you as you are arising, then that means you are slaying, you are killing it. And from there, the result that you get, it is you eating. So as a life and career coach, I've come to an understanding that career progression is equal to more than hunting. And careers, they actually now reward those who move first instead of those who wait to be chosen. And elevation actually requires you to know the systems. So you could be working very hard, very, very hard for 10 years, but you could also be starving if you don't understand the terrain. So in ancient times, survival depended on whose fire you set around. But nowadays, information travels through proximity, which means who you learn from determines how fast you eat. So at the end of the day, you are going to want to sit at someone else's fire. But the question now becomes, does that fire cook wisdom? Or it just simply warms your excuses? Sometimes you need to understand that if you need to elevate, doing it yourself may not cut it. Doing it yourself may leave you at crumb level. Now here's something that I also learned in being a member of other groups, that could be community groups or it could be relocation groups, where I am also a community member. I noticed that whilst you're studying people's mindsets, you might also see that people like to do DIYs. They really love DIYs. You hear conversations sometimes that can be very fertile, and because you cannot try to force someone into something, so you just end up watching. But all I'm trying to say is sometimes you think Google is going to help. Yes, Google gives information, but it does not give you context. And why would someone want to work with a coach? Coaches, they do help break down timelines. They do help to collapse time. They help you to avoid fatal mistakes and also get results, and sometimes get those results faster. It may take time, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. So as a single mom who happens to be wearing a hat of a life and career progression coach, I can definitely tell you that I've had my fair share of trouble and drama in my life, enough for me to actually wake up one day and say, I am not into crumbs anymore. And 2026 is going to be even worse. I am not going to be accepting crumbs in my life, not even crumbs from my clients. And I am telling you that I also like to work with people who have told themselves that they are worth everything that they are seeking, and people who are also going to be telling themselves that they have had it up to here, and they are not going to be accepting any crumbs, because I, with the recruitment companies, I can safely say that I understand systems. I understand career progression. I understand what works and what doesn't work, what wastes time. Especially if you're someone who is stuck in Africa and you need a way to elevate yourself into joining the cruise ship, or you are within the UK and you are looking for someone who is going to switch your visa, you're looking for a visa sponsorship switch, or you're actually stuck in Africa and you're still looking and hoping and praying for someone who is going to sponsor your visa to actually come and work for them overseas. You need to understand that it's all about strategy. It's not about hope. If I'm going to be coaching you, you need to understand I don't coach from theory, but I coach from the terrain that I have crossed with the others. I am not going to be here selling you hope, but I only sell strategy. As usual, I'm going to be opening a portal for a limited time only for those who are seeking visa sponsorship switches, those who are looking for visa sponsorships, who are applying from overseas, and all those who are thinking that, okay, maybe the ocean might be my only way out of poverty to elevation. You know what to do. Please